This is part of a series on ASDOOM and ASDOOM2.WAD. E1M7 is the hangar, a level dedicated to the storage of materials entering or leaving the base, plus all necessary equipment for dealing with any ships or crews. When you boot it up, first thing you'll notice is that it looks a lot more like a hangar than Hangar from Doom 1, or Hangar from Evolution, which came out almost 2 years after this. How embarrassing. Map consists of 3 stages. From a pistol start, the beginning is markedly easier than the previous few maps. Just pretend you're a hillbilly's toothbrush and avoid as many teeth as possible. You'll be rewarded with a shotgun and a rocket launcher if you know where to look, along with a berserk pack in the conversion. There's also plenty of ammo to go around, so don't be shy. One of the more irritating parts of the level is falling into this room filled with pinkies, which is always a pain in the ass. Or the face, or both if you're really unlucky. With the red key in hand, you can access the blue key fight, which is unfortunately way too easy with rockets. And if it starts to get hairy, you can just run away. I sorta like the way the arena looks. Not sure what it's doing in a hangar though. I always thought they filled the barrels up with some kind of nuclear dookie. But maybe this is where the magic happens. From here you can access the final leg of the map. 2 long corridors that each feed into a central room with caged imps and 3 switches. One of those is required to leave. The other 2 open monster closets, or monster crates. There's also an incredibly obvious secret here that leads to the BFG. And as usual, it comes at the end of the map, when there isn't much left to kill. Still better than the other 2 secrets. They're both right next to each other, but each one requires a different key. They're completely unmarked, and they're somewhat removed from the rest of the stage. Now they're loaded up with goodies and a couple of imps, but I always forget about them. All that crap just isn't necessary. See, the map reminds me of a balding, middle-aged guy with a terrible sex life. It's short, it's boring, and it doesn't get very hard. When ASDOOM turns 40, I suspect M7 will buy a Ferrari to compensate. It's a shame because at this point, Andy Shepard seems to have learned a few things. The vents here are less meandering, the large corridors are more fun to play around in, pistol starters aren't left out to dry, and there's only one shit lift in the whole fucking level. Granted, it's also part of a timed switch gimmick. It's like the final boss of shit lifts, but still, credit where credit is due. Unfortunately, outside of the visuals, the penultimate map just doesn't leave much of an impression, even if it is less obnoxious to actually play than most of its predecessors. I'm giving it 4 out of 10. Next.